gave you, if you don't mind, how much was it?
They gave me, I have over 222,000 cities with the receiver, which I've invested in my kids' education.
And they gave you how much?
They gave me 70,000.
70,000. Okay.
So I'm left with almost 180,000 locked up. Okay. And when they told me if I have money 50% and I'll forfeit 50%.
We'll follow up on this, Kwame. Thank you very much for joining us. Josephine in Tema, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Josephine.
My name is Josephine. I'm calling from Tema.
Okay.
Okay. I also had a similar experience with my debit card, which somebody used to shop online. And currently my bank is working out to solve the problem. But my main concern is with all this issue happening, how safe are we? What is being done? Because other banks have some systems that when you want to shop online, you get this one-time PIN or virtual card and all that. And I want to find out from the Bank of Ghana, the man coming from there, what are they doing to protect us, the customers? Because we are at risk. In this era that we are shopping online and all that is happening, how safe are we? Okay. That is my problem. That's my concern.
How much of your money was withdrawn?
No, it's about 800 Ghana cedis.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for joining us. Joseph, certainly would have those concerns addressed for you. Nanama from Sakumono, good morning.
Good morning, Wilson. How are you doing?
I am fine, and I believe you're fine also.
I'm good, but it could have been better.
Okay. Share your experience with us.
I don't know what exactly Bank of Ghana is doing. We're in this country when other financial institutions came down and they were regulating them. As we speak, some of them still have problems paying depositors. And we haven't heard anything from Bank of Ghana making an announcement that maybe these people, you cannot invest with them because of the challenges they are going through. I am just hesitant in putting out names. I've been trying to withdraw my investment for the past 4 months from a reputable financial institution. I would like to talk to your producer of air,
exactly,
so that it could be investigated. I don't want to bring down anybody's business where people are doing panic withdrawal and all of that. I have had to write a letter, formal complaint to Bank of Ghana to see to it that depositors from that particular institution is paid. I mean, what else can we do? You put your money in business. Ghanaians don't understand that the money is not yours. They come in and they want to steal. You can't put your money under your pillow. At least there should be some security where you can put the money there and then you go to sleep and you can sleep and have good dreams. What is happening? Right now you don't even know what to do with your money. I mean, 4 months to withdraw investment, and it's as if they are doing a favor. I mean, if I call, it's like you are bothering us.
Okay.
A part of the money was paid, but as we speak, the people in the investment are not even taken. If I put out the name now, I believe there will be a lot of panic withdrawal.
So kindly hold on and speak to my producer, and then kindly hold on and speak to Samuel Dami. He'll pick your details and would follow up on this particular issue. And thank you very much for joining us. So let's get on to the line again, and we've been joined by Dominic in Koforidua. Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning.
Yes, Dominic, go ahead.
My issue is got to do with Gold Coast. Before the lockdown, they asked us to submit our claims. But as of now, there isn't even a call. So I want to find out what is the state now. When are we getting our funds?
Okay. Nothing is in page to you?
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
We're not even getting one peso. So I don't know what's going on. Not even a call. At least they should call. This is the situation. Maybe we are working on it or whatever. We don't even know the state now. No one is even calling you. So we don't even know. Either our funds are locked out or what.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Dominic. So we need to hold on at this point. We'll come back and activate the phone lines again. It's important that we get Dr. Joe Franz, who's head of the Financial Stability Department at the Bank of Ghana, who's joined us this morning on the Super Morning Show to address these concerns, as well as tell us also what the Bank of Ghana is doing in curbing bank fraud. Dr. Franz, good morning again, and thank you very much for joining us.
Well, good morning, and good morning to your listeners, and thank you for having me.
Great, and already, I'm sure you've had the complaints. I saw you writing all of them.
I wrote a few.
Let's address them before we look at the forms that the bank fraud is being engaged in. So, someone called and said it was a bit of debit card fraud. Someone using her card to shop online, and she lost 800 cedis, and she's asking, what's the Bank of Ghana doing?
Well, thank you very much. Usually when such fraud cases occur, the banks investigate and to see whether the customer has not compromised anything. And so out of the investigations, the banks, if it turns out that the customer has not compromised anything, and that is the fault of the bank that this happens, then the bank actually goes in to pay the customer and investigates further to putting controls so that such things don't recur. So investigations are done before conclusions are drawn out of this. So having mentioned it, I believe that once you take the person's number off air, the person can also complain to the Bank of Ghana, the mine department, the Financial Stability Department. I'll give the numbers and also the addresses for the person to use. Then we will also investigate the case and see how it can be addressed.
Okay. And a number from Sacramento complained about, her challenges she's been facing in able to withdraw. And she talks about, how for 4 months she's been struggling to make a withdrawal.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know whether Naname's case has to do with the fund institutions that the receiver is...
No, these are institutions that are currently functioning.
Institutions that are functioning. Probably Nanama will have to make a complaint to us, and we'll investigate the case. It's very difficult to tell offhand what the case is. We'll do an investigation as to what institution, what has led to that, whether there are difficulties from the institution, or whether there are reconciliation issues, and so on and so forth. So it must be investigated. Then again, Nanama should complain to us, and we will take it up. We need to know the details.
Okay, well, we have a contact, so we certainly will pick the details and share them with you. But let's look at the forms they take. But let me also say that we've been joined on the phone by Dr. Richmond Etiahene, who is a banking consultant. Dr. Etiahene, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, sir.
Great. So please hold on. I certainly would get to you shortly, so you would also help us understand the forms that you believe these bank frauds take. But Dr. Franz, help us understand the forms that they take. So I'm looking at the report by the Bank of Ghana. I see cyber and email fraud. How does that pan out?
Well, the financial institutions are increasingly rolling out technologies in the deployment of financial transactions and so on. So yes, most of the things that hitherto were done manually are now being done through cyber. And it turns out that the average Ghanaian is not technologically savvy. So most people, in trying to understand the systems, compromise their passwords and codes and things like that. So yes, that is what happens. And you have somebody helping you, and somebody who you can trust so much. It could be your colleague, it could be your shop assistant, it could be, and they all take advantage of you because you've compromised that. And I must say that it's for this reason that we are here, to educate the public and get information, get a system as transparent as possible for persons to know how to protect themselves against such anomalies.
Then there's the forgery and manipulation of documentation.
Yes, I mean, as the name speaks, it repeats. It has to do with somebody. Again, it's the same modus. Somebody forges a document and get it to take advantage of you.
Because I see impersonation also. How can somebody impersonate me? The bank has my details. The bank has my, photograph. They have, even if my signature is been, copied, they have my photograph. They should be able to check and see I'm the one.
Yeah, impersonation happens in several forms. You purport to be the person, irrespective of pictures and all that. Even pictures, you can have the same. These days we Photoshop and do all kinds of things. And we also have what we call phishing, email fraud. You have people, identity theft, taking people's cars and their pictures and all that, and to work with it. All boils down on compromise of if you like, codes and compromise of passwords and PIN numbers and so on. Once you get hold of somebody's PIN number and somebody's code, you can do 1,001 things with it.
Okay, you're talking to me. So let me get onto the phone lines with you, Dr. Richmond Echanian.
Talking to me.
Dr. Richmond Echanian now. And so, Dr. Echanian, let's look at the suppression of cash and deposits. That's a big one, because we realize that, look, there are about 1,700 cases in 2019 alone, out of the 2,200 cases. So that constitutes a huge percentage of it. How is that done?
Thank you very much. Since the introduction of outsourcing of cash mobilization or mobile banking over the last 5 years, the tendency has been is that the banks do not themselves go to collect the cash. They outsource it to third parties who actually do not employ, I won't say competent, but people with doubtful integrity, people with suspicious characters, and all sort of characters. So when they take the money, possibly instead of crediting the account, they manipulate the figures. Say instead of 1,000, they put, say, 100, and then they keep the 900. But you see, the point is that in these days with the SMS alert, one would have expected that if I see money on my account and it does not reflect the amount they picked, I will quickly come in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, most of us are not doing what we call transaction monitoring. They pick the cash, they say they deposit, they give you, actually, they will even give you a good slip that they've collected. But when they get to the place where they're supposed to put the money in the account, they manipulate the figures, reduce it, short paid you or whatever. It's something that has been with the system for a very long time. I mean, I remember in the 80s, we had a serious challenge like that. The tellers, that one was basically bank staff, but they were not doing the right thing. The point is that we are losing fact about integrity. We are not checking people's integrity. We are not checking the people we employ. We are not doing proper due diligence on it. The police check. Even going behind to find who am I employing. Has he got the integrity? Has he got what it takes to be a teller or a cashier? Unfortunately, this thing is being lost, especially when the the third parties outsourcing unit came in. People are not taking it serious. That's why there is a massive fraud over there.
Let me get to Dr. Franz. So, Dr. Franz, the integrity question has come up. We're supposed to be ensuring that the people who are employed into the banks have integrity. You are the regulator. Why is that not done?
Institutions are supposed to employ right people, people with integrity, and so on and so forth. This actually starts right at the onboarding stage. Systems have been put in place so that right at the onboarding stage, you find the backgrounds of people that you employ. Security agencies will have to be contacted to check the backgrounds of people that you employ, depending on what level you are employing, whether it's key management personnel or just ordinary person and so on. There's also a database at the Bank of Ghana that persons who have committed one fraud or the other, or have committed one crime, or have taken advantage of the system are recorded. So then again, you have to get to the Bank of Ghana to check from the database so that you don't get to recycle bad behavior into the financial system. But more importantly, after getting people on board, you need to have also systems in place to continuously improve standards of such people. If you get to relax in this, then you have business as usual people working for you because your standards are even low. So that is also very important. It's also important that we educate customers and sensitize customers, and which the Bank of Ghana have been doing over the years. The controls are very important. We need to emphasize on the controls. The average, I wouldn't want to say the average person, probably the average person or average Ghanaian, if he's not being watched, if he doesn't have the satellite on him, might do something differently when he knows that it's not being watched. He may not be, the behavior may not be consistent when he's being watched. Okay. So it's important that we put the standards in there, and the controls must be enforced.
Great. But Dr. Franz, so I know that the Bank of Ghana, as part of your supervisory role, you require that the banks must have a comprehensive fraud awareness, prevention, detection, and compliance policy document, right?
Sure.
So you must ensure they have it.
Yes.
First, do you ensure they have these documents?
Yes. Winston, it's out of some of these things that you can see that we said that there has been an increase in reported cases. We've improved our lenses, and so institutions are supposed to make sure that they have the right standards in place, and they report all fraud cases to us, otherwise they get sanctioned. Also, we've you realize that we've also conducted maiden conduct supervision recently, and we put out the information. Yes, we ensure that all these institutions have this in place, and so long as we get to you and we see that you don't have them, you're sanctioned. And so yes, institutions are putting up and getting these things in place.
So you've been sanctioning institutions?
Sure, for not doing the right thing.
For not doing the right thing. Yeah. But if this is the case, and I'm looking at the figures, so it means you're working, because as part of your on-site inspection, you're supposed to ensure these things are done. However, per your own investigation and the reports that you gave to us, there's an increase in the number of cases.
Yeah.
And when it gets to the suppression of cash and deposits, we have a 43% increase. So you're enforcing the right things are done, and yet there's an increase in the number of cases. How?
Yes, there is an increase. There is an increase because probably we've improved the channels of reporting, and so yes, and you get sanctioned if you don't report. So, but
that increase could probably be as a result of a lot of things not being done.
Yes, so you need to improve the channels. You need to improve your lenses, because you could have a situation where things happened and they are not reported. So yes, we've improved our lenses, and so you have to get to report such cases, and that is why probably there is an increase. And again, the channels have been made clear. It's easier for you to. We have a clear format that you need to report, and we've put in place that frauds do occur. You report them 24 hours when they occur. Cases, we have different fraud reports. Some of the fraud reports with granular details, including modus operandi and all that, are not put out there to the public. They are circulated to the institutions so that we don't get such fraud cases replicated at other institutions and so on. On conduct, yes, we ensure that the banks put the right behavior, the right conduct, and we do on-site inspections. But we also ensure that institutions have the right structures, and they continuously monitor these things. And this is what we have been doing for some time now. So we think that with time, as we empower you, we empower the public with sufficient information, we'll get to know what the responsibilities, the rights and responsibilities of the consumers and the customers are. Mind you, in a regulatory environment, the consumer is the first line of defense. So if we get to empower you by educating you, by sensitizing you, then you can uphold your rights, and some of these things will be minimized. Let
me get to Dr. Etuahane. So, Dr. Etuahane, Dr. Franz believes that probably because of the enforcement of sanctions and ensuring adherence to these control mechanisms, that's why we're seeing more cases. You agree?
Well, partially, I agree to that, but not totally, because I believe that if you've been doing it extensively, as he's been saying, then it means we're supposed to see reduction. But however, because most of the business are being outsourced to the third party, he was talking about cyber. All the banks are online, but Bank of Ghana has a guideline on cyber and information, but do the banks comply with it? And do they apply with the ISO? Because you see, if you're talking about cyber, which next year is going to hit us because of the online working that we have from home now. Next year, when the report comes, cyber crime is going to go up because a lot of people are working at home. But you see, the systems that some of the banks have do not meet the international best practices or the ISO. The point is that in these days, the cyber is becoming so sophisticated that you should even have a device recognition. The bank should have a device recognition, whether the man uses a tablet or whether he uses a laptop or whether he uses his whatever, so that anytime transaction comes through, the system will recognize so that you can immediately find out that if somebody has cloned or somebody has do a phishing, then you will see that the data comes in, will capture it, that this is not a normal data device capturing. All these things must be put in place. And he was saying that, you see, the training. I used to be the head of banking college for training on this fraud. In those days, in 2010 going. I mean, the training is now becoming a lower part of our business. What is going on in Ghana at the moment that marketing. We are just even fortunate that risk is now coming up front. People were interested in marketing. Nobody was talking about how do I mitigate the risk and what do I do? So training is being left behind. And because of that, people are not exposed to the fraud systems, the emerging fraud systems. And therefore, the people are taking advantage. So I believe that in as much as we were talking about the reduction in this and that, we should be educating people, even telling the customers that the reason why we put you on online banking or apps is that we believe that you should use one device, like your phone, so that when it comes to the bank will recognize that something else has been used, and then quickly they can say that this is fraud. Unfortunately, the systems that we are going in needs to be enhanced better. Because if we don't do that, I tell you, next year you will not be talking about cyber as the high risk. You will see it in the real terms, and it will hit us. So I believe the banks should be told that it is in the interest of their own business and their own reputation. You know, when there is fraud, it affects the reputation of the institution. In other jurisdictions, if people see that your bank is always being the heart of the fraud, they will take their accounts out. So they should enhance their systems. The quality people, the quality processes, procedures, all should be there so that customers can have confidence. And they should also educate. What is left in this country is that, there's an app. I see some of them, app is here. But you see, if you're using the app, do you know the implication of what you're doing? Somebody sitting somewhere is just skimming or he's just phishing, taking your data. By the time you leave, he has done that. Let me share this experience with you.
Sure.
In 2010, at Banking College, there was an ATM over there. There was no inbuilt camera. So the fraudsters came in and withdrew a lot of money. They withdrew a lot of money. Who authorized an ATM without inbuilt camera? That is the question I want to ask myself. If everybody was going to put an ATM, somebody is supposed to tell them this is not up to, don't put it there. The people withdrew. And you know where they use the money? They changed the money in Bahamas. They took 50,000 from somebody's account, used it in Bahamas. And there was a syndicate from the eastern country, Bulgaria. They came here and they were doing it. But our system were not robust. So I believe, in view of technology, talking about cyber, the banks should be able to invest heavily in technologies and build something that will deter the malware, the phishings, and all the scams, so that we will reduce it to the barest minimum. So that in future, we will not come back to sit here and say that cyber risk is very high or suppression. So please, let us now see education, training, and creating awareness. The policy can be there. I heard him saying the policy is there. But how many do the tellers do understand what is in the policy manual? How have we broken it down for them to know that there must be a dual control? There must be dual control of our transactions. If somebody calls from outside, who is supposed to listen, who is speaking over there? Recently, the Momo alert, fraud alert. You know, people start somewhere and calling the banks that bring this money. It cannot happen in any jurisdiction, because we would have trained the tellers and those in cash that when you receive such a call, do not act on it. You need to do further investigation. So this is my submission, that once we go in technology, we must be able to invest in human capital, so that we'll be able to reduce the cost of fraud in banking sector.
Great. We'll come back to you, because when we talk about cyber fraud, even though there was a reduction in a number of cases, it still represented the highest losses, 50 million. So looking at a reduction from 174 to 114, but it had, 50.4 million cases. We'll get back to that, and we also would find out how we're dealing with it. It's very important. How is the Bank of Ghana ensuring that we're resolving all of this? This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7. I'm Winston. When we return after this break, we still have Dr. Joseph Franz with us, and we'll also be speaking to Dr. Richmond Echiahini. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
What would you do if you have the choice to do anything in life? Build your dream house, take very good care of your family, and plan for a comfortable retirement. Plan a befitting funeral for your loved ones when they depart. How would you live if you knew there was a friend waiting to support you on all of your life's choices?
You have such a friend in Glyco Life Insurance. Glyco Life has all the plans to meet your life's needs. Your child's education, your life savings, your mortgage, funerals, redundancy, and your retirement, and takes the burden off your shoulders. So go ahead and live life to the fullest today with Glyco Life Insurance Plans. And remember that all our policies are hedged against inflation. Talk to Glyco Life on 0302 218 500 or 246 142. Also visit our website at www.glycolife.com or any of our branches nationwide for more information.
Glyco Life, we cushion you for life.
Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Same great bang. Because the greatest things are born from the smallest of thoughts. Just as your seeds in a rich soil grow to become trees that bear fruits, the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, helps you sow, invest, nurture, and grow your personal and business plans by serving you with years of banking ingenuity and experience in agribusiness, corporate and commercial banking, consumer finance, e-banking, and many more through our network branches across the country. Whatever the culture, whatever the dream, we grow with you. Call us today on 0302-210-210 or visit www.agricbank.com. ADB, truly agric and more.
The European domestic football action is heading for a big finish as the 2020 UEFA Champions League takes center stage. It's all on the line as Man City, PSG, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid face off in an action-packed mini-tournament. Catch it live on SuperSport from the 7th of August. Get DSTV and find out who will be crowned champions of Europe.
Oh my goodness, you cannot write the script for this. This is unbelievable stuff.
Accidents do happen. It could be a motor accident, a sudden heart attack, or even a stroke, or any other health emergency. The first steps you take are very critical. Should you be involved in or witness an accident, call 112 for the fastest ambulance response. With over 300 well-equipped ambulances all over Ghana, you are assured of the fastest response to your emergency calls. Call 112 during critical health emergencies and save your life and that of your family and loved ones. 112, help will come. 112, we are safe. Avoid prank calls as they can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help. Be a responsible citizen.
Syndicated Capital introduces the Silent Night range of luxury mattresses and pillows. And for the first time, the Silent Night pregnancy and nursing pillows, crafted to provide exceptional relief for your legs, belly, and back during pregnancy, as well as amazing back support feeding your baby. No more sleepless nights and no more hustle with breastfeeding. Check out the Super Pillow Top Orthopedic Mattress, made with 12 inches of memory foam cushioning, providing unparalleled comfort and guaranteed to last for 20 years. No mattress comes close in comfort and support. Also available are high-quality bird sheets, reversible quilts, a large collection of orthopedic pillows and luxurious towels at unbelievable prices. Silent Night products are available at all Melcom shops, game stores, and Silent Night showrooms at Tema, Asylum Down, Adenta, Spintex Road, and Kumasi behind Ninshia Palace, or call 0302-242532 or 050-131-5776. Silent Night. Sleep like never before.
Oh, Essie Frebium, or Becasasa, me and transform no so Besha say will Rock GHO. Hello, Essie.
Me will fill Lama, what it? What can I cousin Adam from Yakumaki to Abemano? What kind of crime I know?
I know better me and Kakra. Me and transform or Rock GH Nashasi.
It's a crime I know you meant tough one. I may say, hello, hey, Ama. Hello, minim pasa or me TV in the sound.
I go Ghana man. They say the rock see Ababe Rock GHO. Let's say yes idea for drama, action, no comedy camera braba who next step on Ankasa. Rock GHO exclusive for DSTV channel 164, Nebo TV channel 118. Ghana and Africa content fearful for Bema when ni aji debiara. Na so when he ancheche mubiara answa for DSTVAfrica.com and NASA GoTVAfrica.com. Rock GH Jiweni.
Success in every endeavor requires critical partnership. When it comes to consumer home electronics, quality from Syndicated Capital is your trusted partner. Not just any TV, but the quality satellite and digital LED TV provides inbuilt satellite and digital decoders, over voltage protection, free wall mount, and now a state-of-the-art surround sound bar to deliver an unparalleled entertainment experience. Not just any decoder, quality digital and satellite combo decoders come with auto scan, voltage protector, NCA approval, multi-TV certification, unlimited internet content, and 24/7 movies online. Quality products are available on hire purchase to private and government workers, police and army personnel for as low as 27 Ghana cedis per month. Call us on 0302-242-532 or 0204-413-484 or visit Syndicated Capital at number 28 Farah Avenue, Adabraka, Accra. Quality. We deliver on our promise.
Every day, thousands of men, women, and children all over Ghana need blood transfusion to live again, and you can do something to help.
My name is Kenneth Ashigbe. I am a member of the Ghana Blood Foundation. If indeed blood cannot be manufactured, if blood will be available for someone to live, would be available for you to live, it means someone else decided to donate it. Save blood saves life. So I encourage you to give blood on a regular basis, between 2 or 3 times in a year, and make the world a healthier place to live in.
Contact the National Blood Service on 0277-501-010 for further inquiries. Safe blood saves lives.
At a cost of 15 pesos per message, subscribe and text JF to 8787 to receive SMS news alerts, business, sports and entertainment updates from Joy FM, My Joy Online, and Joy News, your most credible news source.
Sika kasa, Sika wotumi pa. But you MTN understands that the best things in life should be easy to enjoy. That's why it's now extra simple to buy your preferred data bundles on *138# on MTN. You can now purchase all your data bundles via a simpler menu on *138# and bundle away at your own convenience. So go on and enjoy the simpler, easier, and more convenient way of buying data that does not expire on MTN, because we're good together. MTN, we day for you everywhere you go. Well, they come in different shapes and names, and you've seen the rest, but we now bring you the best. Because Kingdom Books and Stationery, your trusted partner, has just taken delivery of high-quality medical-grade infrared forage thermometer that's temperature-gunned for sale to the public. And features include precise non-contact measurements, automatic data hold or auto power off, backlight LCD display, set alarm value, and many more. For bulk purchase, contact Kingdom Books and Stationery on 0501 401050 or 0244 311955. You can also walk into any of our shops located across the country or visit our head office located at Akweje Junction. But it's time to bring some life to your home, because Edric Limited, distributors of Whirlpool appliances, is back again with another way to make your life easier and more comfortable. Enjoy the best hire purchase scheme anyone could offer. It's the best deal for salaried workers, businesses, and individuals. So let me tell you how it works. Just buy any appliance ranging from Edric Limited: split air conditioners, fridges, freezers, cookers, microwaves, ovens, washing machines, and more, and pay within 3 to 12 months with no interest at all. Here's your head right, no interest at all. For further inquiries, please call 0302778126 or 0243690034. Edric Whirlpool Home Appliance, steel, no size. But just note that terms and conditions do apply. Alright, so we're continuing our conversation on banking fraud, and we're looking at the forms and how we can actually deal with it. Now, I was talking about cyber fraud. Dr. Joseph Franz, who's head of the Financial Stability Department of the Bank of Ghana. And even though there was a reduction in the number of cases, it still recorded the highest amount of lost funds, 50 million. How are we dealing with this? I mean, how is the Bank of Ghana and the banks, so the Bank of Ghana, the regulator, ensuring that the banks are able to deal with this?
Well, thank you very much, Winston. Like Dr. Tuaini said, the Bank of Ghana has put in place the cyber risk policy that banks are supposed to employ and go by. The Banking Supervision Department of the Bank of Ghana also has devoted a separate unit or office that specifically examines the cyber security systems of the banks and all the facilities that we supervise. And so this is done. We also embark on sensitization of the various institutions and those who actually use these facilities. And so we are in collaboration with the training institutions like the banking college and other facilities to see to facilitate some of these training programs. We also ensure that institutions have their own training programs and also draw up programs and which we inspect whether they have implemented those programs. Beginning of the year, we look at programs that they are going to have on cyber and other related areas like fraud, AML, CFT, and so on and so forth. And these programs must be looked at, must be sent to us. We look at them in our on-site and off-site examinations, and we ensure that they do actually implement such programs.
So all these policies that you talk about, for us as clients, what is the assurance that, okay, so if I'm engaged in banking, if, for instance, I'm engaged in internet banking or mobile banking platforms, my money is safe?
Yes, your money is safe. The system is safe. Like I'm saying, we have all these structures, and these structures are enforced. You know, we ensure that these things are there. A few times we will have compromises. You know, the compromise may be so small But then again, the Bank of Ghana is very concerned when something happens, when an anomaly happens and somebody loses money. So we don't leave any stone unturned. We ensure that the systems are robust. You can have a few of the institutions, like somebody cited that there was no camera and so on. Some of these things, once we get to know of it, we sanction the institution. So institutions make sure that they put up ATMs with cameras and all that. Once it gets to our notice, in our on-site examination, we make sure we sanction such institutions. I'll get in touch. He's mentioned the place, so we'll look at those places. We collaborate with other security agencies, and we have what we call the COCLAB, Committee of Law Enforcement Agencies and Bankers. So the Bankers Association, the other law enforcement agencies, the judiciary, so that we can have seamless investigation and prosecution of cases and sanctioning of cases. So these are also, and the COCLAB members meet every time, and we share experiences on how to go forward on this. So, and also before products are actually deployed, these products must be sent to us. We have to look at them. We look at the security protocols that they observe. We look at the AML, CFC conduct of KYC, CDD of these products and so on, especially the security protocols that are put in place of such products. So we do a whole lot, and it's because of these things that probably, and again with the sensitization of the public, that you have these things to the fore. Otherwise, some of these things will be swept under the carpet. But we put in so much to get this. But I must say that the public should not panic. The system is safe, is robust and strong. Once in a while, you can have some of these compromises, and we learn lessons from that, and we make sure that we block such loopholes.
Great. Now, I'm looking at the recommendations in that particular report that you have made public.
Yeah.
And it talks about, please, vetting bank staff, particularly contract staff and mobile bankers. How are you ensuring that is done?
Yes, it's a requirement that before you onboard staff, you check the background. Like I said early on, that you need to get the police report on some of such people. You also need to get to us whether these people have not committed one fraud or one crime or the other from another institution, so that we don't get then recycled into the institution. So yes, right from the onboarding stage, we ensure that these are done. And also, when such people commit crimes, it is a requirement, or you disengage with the staff, it is a requirement that you also report to us why you have the staff has exited and what happened, and so if it did something untoward, what have you done? And then we also capture this in our database. So all these are meant to make sure that we sanitize the system. Yes, so gradually you have the system being sanitized with all these efforts.
All of these are meant to ensure you sanitize the system, but the question is it being done? You say, this is what you should do.
No, this is what we do. Not this is what we should do. This is what
this is what the banks do.
Yes, this is what the banks do, and this is what they should do, and this is what they do, and this is what we do to check whether they do what they are supposed to do. It could happen that some of them may not do what they have to do properly, but the structures are in there for us to check, and we do check. And once you don't do the right thing, we sanction you.
So far, how many institutions have been sanctioned as a result?
Quite a number of institutions get sanctioned. We don't put them out in the public domain. But if you look at the publications of banks, they have a column in the unaudited publications about sanctions that they have, the Bank of Ghana, or that they have incurred. And if they are monetary sanctions or what have you, they indicate it there.
Great. And how about the recommendation that they should look at the revenues, the remuneration of these contract workers and mobile bankers? Clearly, that's an indication that they're not well paid.
Well, it is important that people work and they are paid proportionately. But it's also equally important, and more importantly, for you to know the integrity or to assess the integrity of the person whilst you're employing the person. Probably is another area that could be escalated to a level to assess whether the average person, probably in Ghana, working in Ghana, has some higher levels of integrity, for which you will not take advantage of any system. No matter your salary levels, you have been employed, and so yes, once you accept to work, one will not expect you to engage in any more offense or what have you, because you probably think that you haven't been paid very well or you are not being paid very well. Much as I agree that persons should feel secure, and so they should be employed properly. And if they are contract staff, one will expect that you don't overly remain a contract staff. You have to be employed properly. If you are not being paid properly, one will expect that you are paid because you go to the same market. But that is not a license for you to commit crime. We need to condone that. We need to condemn that. We don't need to condone that. We need to condemn that, and the law enforcement agencies must come in, and people should be reported, and this should be recorded, and such persons must be named and shamed, so that we remove such persons, misfits, from our society.
But while they've been named and shamed, also you acknowledge that sometimes the amounts they've been, because the report says this could, the report talks about how many of the staff who suppress cash and deposits are contract and mobile bankers, and so their salary should be streamlined, with permanent staff. So clearly, that's an indication that something should be done about it, isn't it?
It's very important that we pay our staff very well, and so that is why we recommend that there shouldn't be a sharp disparity between permanent staff and contract staff. Either you regularize them so that they also get at par, or you make sure that at least they also get their fair share of the kitty.
Okay, great. So let me just read some comments on our Twitter handle, and then we'll wrap up the conversation. But there's something extraordinary coming up because, well, there's a program coming up tomorrow. I'll share with you shortly. Right. And so Aglago Yaba says, I've been trying to withdraw my investment from there's a financial institution for almost 4 months now, and they're unable to pay me. Why should this happen when there's a regulator? Okay, we'll get to Mr. Dr. Franz shortly. But Brown Simon says, good morning, Joy. I bank with this bank, and the monthly service charge for my account is 5 Ghana cedis. They always send me a message at the end of every month in respect of 5 Ghana cedis debit to my account as a monthly service charge, but when I check my balance, it will be 8 cedis deductions from my account instead of 5 Ghana cedis I received from my message. We'll get a reaction to this. And Mr. Allian says, a friend he took a facility from the bank for a project. The day he received the facility, his mobile network went off. When he investigated why his network went off, he was told someone swapped his line. Within a day, 2 checks cleared from the account. And David Lati said, I had a less of me using my ATM card, which I didn't. So I immediately notified the bank to first block the card. After an hour, I had another alert again, meaning the card wasn't blocked. Then I called again. The bank was not proactive enough. It took the intervention of a friend who works there to get my card blocked. I lodged a formal complaint at the bank the same day, and they promised to investigate and get my money back. Maybe it's today they will get my money back. He hasn't received his money. But let me just add also that, for all of you our listeners, we know that many of you will still want to get in touch by calling. But what we're going to do is that, because of all the comments that you've passed, we have decided that tomorrow you have an opportunity to interact again with officials from the Bank of Ghana. And so, having read the report and submissions by the experts this morning, if you still do have some concerns, well, tomorrow we certainly will give you a chance. You ask the Bank of Ghana, #AskBoG. Make a date with us tomorrow morning because it's about the safety of your deposit. Let me just wrap up with, okay, so we've lost Dr. Echehere on the line. So in wrapping up, Dr. Franz, these are the concerns that have also come up again. Some people having their ATMs with persons withdrawing monies using their ATMs, and then They call for it to be blocked. It doesn't get blocked. They have 5 Ghana cedis shown as being withdrawn, only to realize it's 8 Ghana cedis. How are these done?
I guess, Winston, you give me opportunity to put out some of maybe an address for which some of such persons can get to us. I must say that such complaints must be directed first to the institutions. If they are not addressed, they should then redirect them to us, and we'll see to the end of it. We usually make sure that institutions have an arrangement with their customers such that whatever they do are transparent, and the customers agree to some of such charges, whether they are going to use one facility or the other, and how much they are going to be charged. If you are charged of something, a service that you have been agreed to, then you should report to the Bank of Ghana or report to the institutions, and these will be addressed. Probably, I don't know whether this is the final.
Yes, you can put this is the final one. So
I must say that service providers, we are encouraged and are directed to report all fraud cases to us, and to the security agencies once they occur, so that we will forestall recycling bad behavior into the system. We also, consumers should also endeavor to observe all security protocols in their transactions, so that they don't get compromised. The Bank of Ghana will also ensure that all complaints are dealt with. You can read the Bank of Ghana at complaints.office@bog.gov.gh. We also have a tel 0302-665-005. There is also a WhatsApp. We have 059-691-2354 or 050-150-2270. You can also reach us at the 7th floor of City House, but because of COVID, we don't encourage that for now. So you can reach us at all these channels. We also have a toll-free number which we'll put out very shortly.
All right, thank you very much, and we'll certainly continue with the conversation tomorrow because your deposits have importance to us and must be safe. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Franz, for joining us, Head of Financial Stability Department of the Bank of Ghana. We're grateful.
Thank you, Winston, and it's a privilege being here.
Sure. So text messages on the Super Morning